Newcastle on that signing, because not the worst signing they could have made in their current position. In terms of knowing the league and his goal scoring stats, he's a sensible option. But there is obviously the question that will be answered in time, whether 25 million is a massive, massive mistake.
I mean, for me, it's one where if you're Newcastle fans, obviously, at the start of this takeover and back in the summer when the takeover was getting rumoured to be close to being done, they were talking about the likes of Mbappe's, your Haalands and all this, that and this. But then you look at this realism of the target, and whilst Chris Wood isn't that prolific of a goal scorer in the Premier League, it is still, like you say, a very sensible transfer, and for me makes 100% sense. And you never know, maybe with Alan St-Maximin and Kieran Trippier putting balls into him, he might become a prolific scorer now for them in the rest of this season and potentially keep them up.
Well, they need him to be. It was funny, I watched I think it was a BBC thing, I think it might have been the Football News show. They were talking about the signing, and it was mentioned that Chris Wood is in the elite category of Premier League strikers right now. I was like, how do you define elite?
Being able to play professional football, apparently. That's what they class as elite.
It was, the average is about 10 goals, which they call elite. I call basic good striker.
I wouldn't even call good striker. I would expect that from anyone in the conference and above to be able to score 10 goals, like a season.
Like Chris Wood is a good striker. We've seen it, but this has the negative this season. He hasn't been that goal scorer.
Yeah.
When you look at it.
And
so that's concerning. And there's those comments like, oh, it's Burnley's style. It's not, because Burnley have been playing that style for how many years now? And he's done completely fine.
Yeah, but he's never been a prolific goal scorer in the Premier League. He has done better in the lower levels, which obviously isn't that good news for Newcastle in terms of like looking forward to the rest of this season. But maybe that change of like being able to get maybe, I'd say, 12 to 15 goals for the remainder of this season is something that they'll need him to chirp up with.
Yeah, it's also, you ask a Newcastle fan, would you rather spend that money on someone from France who may have high potential but doesn't know the league, or go for the tried and tested option that does cost a bit?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And I think at this moment in time they need someone who's tried and tested in the league for this half of the season, and then come the summer we'll see their status, whether they're staying in the Premier League or if they're playing Championship football, and then like look at someone abroad in terms of bringing it in. And that's why I think they've struggled bringing in a centre half as well, because you like look at the likes of Sven Botman, who's been linked with them a lot, and Diego.
Sven Botman is on the outside going, what is Championship?
What is a Newcastle? But
what is a tie?
I think it's something that we'll be able to see more predominantly in the summer, what type of business they would do, whether, like I said, whether they're in the league or not. And then
if I could add, is actually the one last thing they should actually be quite intrigued by is if Callum Wilson's gone for 8 weeks, is it? So 2 months. So by March, early April, Chris Wood, Callum Wilson striker partnership.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they can do for, I'd imagine, say the last 6-7 games of the season.
Back strike partnership. Alan St-Maximin on one of the wings, Joel into the centre mid.
Yeah. I mean, they've got 11 games from the 5th of March onwards, so to potentially see that duo. Obviously, I don't know when Callum Wilson is directly back, but maximum of 11 games we could see that partnership together, which would be something interesting and hopeful for Newcastle fans.
Yeah, but it has to start this weekend. They must beat Watford for me.
Yeah,